him.
I want to watch the news.
Are you making headway at least?
This is the news.
Schmack-a-magob, everybody. It's time for the only news that matters. And Kerry King reflected on his brief stint in Megadeth, noting how he and Dave Mustaine would have probably butted heads like no tomorrow had he stayed in the other band. Aside from being scene mates and playing guitar in some of the most influential metal bands in the world, Kerry King and Dave Mustaine have even more in common. In 1984, they became bandmates after the Megadeth mastermind invited the Slayer guitarists to join, briefly casting doubt on other bands' future. However, the collaboration ended with a handful of shows and King returned to his rightful home. The two guitar icons seem to have nothing but appreciation for each other as a public exchange of pleasantries from a few years ago. Speaking to Bangers Open Air in a new interview, Kerry King was asked to explain how he ended up joining Megadeth, to which he replied, "Well, I love Dave Mustaine to this day. I think he is the greatest guitar player out there still. So when I don't even remember, but I heard that he wanted to play second guitarist. He wanted me to play second guitarist to him. But I was flattered because even back then I thought he was awesome." As King noted, Slayer was in between records at the time, having released the 1983 Show No Mercy, with 1985's Hell Awaits being just around the corner. Asked whether he considered staying in Megadeth for good, King offered, "I'm sure I probably did, but Slayer is where I belong. And in hindsight, I absolutely made the right choice because me and Dave would have butted heads like no tomorrow. It's just his personality. I mean, look how many people have been in his band. 50? And that's not me down talking Mustaine. I like hanging with him for 20 minutes and then you go away and I see you in a year." Earlier this year, King said that the first time he heard Mustaine play was with Metallica, noting how blown away he was by the other guitarist's skill. He said, "When I first saw him with Mustaine, I was sitting kind of between James Hetfield and then Metallica bassist Ron McGovney and where the audience is. And I was just blown away watching Mustaine just ripping on guitar and not even looking at his fingers. And I'm like, I can't do that. And to this day, he's a badass guitar player. And yeah, I just walked away from that Metallica show thinking that. And he wrote tons of riffs in those early days. So when he branched off into Megadeth, a lot of those riffs went with him." All right, there you go. Yeah, it is wild. Kerry King, of all people, would be in Megadeth. I really think that's a square peg trying to fit in a round hole. You know, Kerry King is totally Slayer, where Megadeth is precision. Kerry King ain't no Chris Poland, Marty Friedman, Kiko, all those people. That's more precision shit. Kerry's just metal as hell, man. And that's why I would prefer Slayer over Megadeth, I worship those first two Megadeth albums. Chris Poland, Garth Samuelson, amazing stuff, And the bass player, David Ellefson, man, he's really good with his hands. You can tell, when he's playing the bass, you can tell he's good with his hands. You just know he bashes the bishop. You know what I'm saying? With the 5-knuckle shuffle. He flicks the bean. That's right. He has a date with Rosie Palmer. Yeah, and her 5 sisters. Yeah. He's having a tug of war with a Cyclops. Oh my God, you know, because he's got those hands, man. Those hands are very talented, you know. He jerks the Johnson with it, you know. It's like a Junior Olympics pole vaulting. Yeah. They pet the bunny, you know, plays pocket pinball. Yeah, that's what I think. Yep. So, you know, so what if he shakes the creamer? You know what I'm saying? Or slaps the salami. Or, you know, it just, he shouldn't have been fired from it. Those are good hands, you know, to spank the monkey like that. You know? That's what I think. I think there's a lot of talent in David Ellison's hands. How he strangles the snake is very impressive, you know? As he whacks the carrot, you know? Whack it, whack off, hell yeah, David Ellison. Masturbation jokes, I don't think are ever gonna get old. I don't think this guy's gonna ever live it down. Well, it's only the only news that matters that calls out, you know, how, you know, he double clicks the mouse and drops the kids off in the pool. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. Only news that matters thinks that. Who else is saying this on YouTube, damn it? Because I don't give a rat's ass. Do you? Leave it in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching. The only news that matters. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and ring that little notification bell. And like the video, because that'd be awesome for the YouTube algorithms. So stay frosty. Listen to Show No Mercy. And Hell Awaits. And Haunting the Chapel. And Smack 'em a gob.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail back to Boston. And so never more shall we see you again.